Hey guys, it's George. It's the 2024 Mama. There are 3 days this year. 3 days. 1 in LA, 2 across Japan. So we're just gonna get straight into it, diving into the US red carpet. We are raw dogging this video. I've not done any preparation. We're just going with the flow. We're gonna see where the Mama Instagram takes us. Kicking off our US red carpet, Mama 2024, Chapter 1, we have Young Posse. I'm not familiar with Young Posse, but I love their vibe on this red carpet. We don't usually see women in tailoring, and this menswear is women's wear style of tailoring. I absolutely love it. They're definitely serving this masculine edge. They're giving a true vibe, an aesthetic, and it's different to what we usually see on K-pop red carpets, and that immediately makes me love it. This is what, like, year 3 or 4 of reviewing K-pop red carpets. There's going to be a lot of black, a lot of white, a lot of classic tuxedos and boring dresses to come. So I'm going to lap this up whilst I can, because the prints, the oversized tailoring, these wide leg pants with the boots, the loafers, it's hot. They look incredible, and I love the vibe. To see something different like this on a K-pop red carpet is just refreshing. Next up, our first boy group, we've got TWS. I'm not familiar with TWS. You know, my break from YouTube, have not delved into the world of TWS, but I've seen lots of stuff about them on my socials, and big night for TWS, so congratulations, 2 awards. The outfits. I really like this vibe for them because TWS is such a young group. It's nice to see a younger group in a more fun style of tailoring, and it definitely plays into the idea of school uniforms, but the proportions are so off. The members that have the more crop styles, the crop doesn't work for their body, their proportions, and the members that have got the longer jackets, it doesn't work with the proportions of their body. And if you're going to do tailoring, the proportions need to hit. Tailoring can make or break how someone's body looks, and here it's just not working. And I wish there was more of an even distribution between the greys, the blacks, the whites. 2 members in grey trousers, 2 members in black trousers, 2 members in white trousers. It would just be more of an even distribution. I saw as well on my TikTok, someone said in the comments, this is giving Tommy Hilfiger vibes. I can see it now that I've seen that comment. Now that I've seen it here, it definitely plays into that preppy, all-American Tommy Hilfiger vibe. And I was quite savage on that when Stray Kids wore it to the Met Gala, but the Met Gala is like a completely different thing. Katseye, obsessed with Katseye, like so many people are. As a stage look, I absolutely love it, and their performance was insane. The only performance I've actually watched yet, I need to catch up. As red carpet looks, I don't think they work because you can see how stage driven they are. There's not that balance between stage and red carpet, but I believe they were the first to perform, and we don't know what the show logistics are. Is there time for them to change? Is there not? Because none of the other groups at Chapter 1 showed up in a stage look. So that, in my mind, means there wasn't enough time for Katseye to change. So I do like these looks. They looked insane on stage, and it worked so well with their dancers as well. But as red carpet, not the one. I'm really interested to see what Katseye's red carpet style is like, because they're a global group. There's going to be a lot of Western influences here, influences from their own backgrounds and cultures, and I would love to see what a true Katseye red carpet look looks like, because their styling, 9 times out of 10, I'm obsessed. So please, Katseye, give it to me. Give it to us. ILLIT. Moving on to ILLIT. Why are we dressing young girls like grandmas? Why are we dressing teenage girls in big grandma vibes? They're also ambassadors for Acne. Acne is a really cool brand. Where is the Acne? Where are the cool vibes? The fact that we have 3 members in pretty much identical dresses, no. If we're gonna do a dress that's got cutouts from the bust down to the stomach and then put a really thick bandeau underneath, just don't wear a dress that's got the cutouts. I know why the bandeau is there. Trust me, I know you don't need to leave me a comment right now, but just don't put her in that dress. Put her in something different. What was the point? And then like the giant bow with the rose, it's just frumpy. I think what's such a shame for me is that ILLIT have such fun stage looks. Even their stage look from the Mama was so much fun. So why are we having fun on stage but not fun on the red carpet? Why are the looks so on different ends of the spectrum? It's probably the same stylist who put these looks together. Why would you have a different stylist for the red carpet than your stage look? The only thing I do like about this set is the sheer sock. That's the same length on all of the members, and then the slightly different style of shoe, but there's similarities there. From the knee down, it's chic. From the knee up, bored. RIIZE kill it. Most of the time, RIIZE absolutely kill it, and this is a stunning example. I love the accent of the leather, how it picks up on the camera so well, and you can also see the shine of the lapel, the leather of the tie. Even if they're not wearing a leather pant, there are accents throughout. We're then getting the gold coming through, whether that's through that detail going down the side of Wonbin's trouser, the hardware on Sohee's belt, the lapel on Anton's jacket. It's pulling them together. What I am picking up on with a lot of boy groups over the past year or so is that when there are quite a lot of members, 6, quite a lot, is that they'll always seem to put one member or two members in a long coat. And I think it's nice just because it breaks it up. Not everyone's wearing just a jacket. It gives length and levels to the looks. And we can see that here on Sungchan on the very right. And you can see that gold hardware coming through. The very subtle accent of this like burgundy red as well on Sohee and Eunseok. It's just a nice addition to the color palette. So RIIZE killed it. Park Bo-gum, I believe he was the host of the actual award show, and hosts do typically tend to go for this more classic tailoring. We've got a pinstripe DB6, double-breasted 6-button. It has a peak lapel. I do like the point collar of the shirt, and then that skinny tie, the accent with that red, like what the fuck is it called? Lapel pin, whatever. It's not a brooch, it's like a thing, Hosts do typically tend to go for a more classic look. I'm not mad at it. He looks very handsome, and I do like the pinstripe, and I think the lapel pin just adds a little flair, a little pop of color. So is it the most exciting look? No. But is it the most classic I'm bored host look that I've seen? No, I do like it. The fit is also impeccable. J.Y Park. J.Y Park. This picture as well, highlighter. It's so bright. I have no qualms at the top half of the outfit. The tonal pink moment, the double-breasted 2-button 4-button, double-breasted 4-button jacket, that's what I'm trying to say. Peak lapel in this red velvet. It's bold, but it's the fucking bottom half of the outfit for me that just makes me question so much. Why are we doing a 3/4 length pantaloon? Why are we doing that? Why could we have not have just done a really nice straight cut black trouser? We could have done like the pink velvet coming down the side stripe of the pant. It would have been chic. Still would have been bold. The bottom half of the outfit is fucked. I'm sorry, it's just no. The 3/4 length pantaloon with the burgundy sock and then the shoe in combination with this bold, bright neon pink velvet piece. It's like two separate outfits. Like, was there a separate stylist for the bottom half and the top half? I do not know. Do I even dare to read the comments? J.Y Pappy, I'm leaving this picture right now. Fuck. We can't forget Eric Nam. I believe he was the host of the red carpet. Like I said, raw dogging this. Zero prep. You're welcome. Eric Nam, he looks really handsome in this classic tux vibe, but this is more of like the drier side of the host looks that I was talking about when I was talking about Park Bo-gum. I do really like the strong shoulder. Like, you can see just the way it sits and then comes out, that is so strong. And strong shoulders, I believe last end of year show season were quite a trend, so I'll be interested to see if that comes back. Like I said, hosts do tend to go for this more classic vibe, so I think the fact that we can see the white cuff poking just out of the sleeve, the rollback, the double cuff with the cuff link, it's a nice detail, very classic menswear. The same with the tux, it's just the strong shoulder that gives it more of an interesting flair, but not that interesting. But he looks great, he looks handsome. As Eric Nam, for fuck's sake, he is stunning. Let's dive into chapter 2 in Japan. This is the first day of red carpet, and let's kick it off with the hosts. Eric Nam got left till last. Let's not do that here. Our red carpet hosts for chapter 2 are Hanhae and Lee Hee-sung. I'm vibing with Hanhae's look. I think it plays into the classic black and white vibes of these K-pop red carpets, but I think this tweed glittering blazer, it just adds some interest to the look. We've also got this chunky shoe that looks like it's got a square toe with that wide leg trouser, so it is playing into contemporary menswear. It's more fun, it's more playful, but we're still getting that classic nod, like the unwritten rules of a K-pop red carpet. Lee Hee-sung's dress, I love it from the waist down. The way it flares out, you can see the beautiful layers of the fabric, like that diamond crisscross that is small from her waist and then gets larger as it goes down. So it really plays into this flaring effect where it flows down. The top half of it for me, I don't like it because for me, it reads costumey. It reads into this very like fairy princess kind of vibe. I know everyone's going wild for Wicked at the moment, but it's giving me like Glinda the Witch kind of vibes. And if you're Ariana Grande promoting that film, fucking go for it. But as a red carpet host at the 2024 Mama, for me, it doesn't work. I think I would have liked to have seen something maybe slightly sexier on the upper half because it is very fitted from the waist to the bust. It's those puff sleeve shoulders. I think if there was maybe some kind of asymmetric moment or playing into the sheerness of the bottom and that crisscross diamond fabric underneath coming through, have that as like a strap coming up so that it goes completely sheer, like over the clavicle, that would have been very, very sexy and a bit of a juxtaposition to like the wide flow of the dress. So as host looks, they do come together nicely, but yeah. Byeon Woo Seok, I like this because of the leather jacket. I think if this was just like a classic cut of blazer, I'll be like, I'm bored. But the leather jacket and the fact that the leather jacket is slightly different and kind of plays into a cropped blazer, I do like it. I do think it's chic. The fact that you have the popper, is it just the UK that calls them poppers? Snaps, is that the global term for it? The poppers or snaps, you can see fastening the jacket where you would typically have a zip that's quite chunky and attention grabbing. It makes it more chic, and the way that they've pulled the snaps poppers up into the collar and the pearl, it pulls that detail through and it helps pull your eyes up or down, whatever way you want to look at it. And then it looks like there's a very simple epaulette on the shoulder and it is quite a boxy but tailored fit. And I like that simple zip pocket detail on the chest. It's like they've taken inspiration from a true biker leather jacket and just really pared it back, made it very chic, and it works beautifully with that slightly spread collar shirt and the tie. The trouser as well, a nice straight cut, I'm gonna say. It looks like there's a little pleat at the top of the leg, which just helps to add more volume into the trouser. And I do like that square toe black boot. Again, playing into these unwritten rules of the K-pop red carpet, but giving us that slight difference that gives us some interest. Some, keyword, some. I think the thing is, like, as a fashion fan and, you know, appreciating like construction details, the thought process of design, I can look at the jacket and speak about it and be like, yeah, that makes me like it. But I think as someone maybe not interested in fashion, someone that's just flicking through the looks, I would probably be like, So I get it, like I can see it from different points of view. Enhypen seem to be continuing on with their more subdued tailoring vibe from the end of year show season from last year. Prior to that, they were giving us like hard punching looks. I will never forget those pink diamante vests at the 2022 Mama, I believe, or maybe it was the MMAs, whatever. I do like this vibe for them, but after just watching their No Doubt music video where the tailoring was phenomenal. Every member had insane tailoring, the details on the shirts, the jackets, the way it fit. And then they had this very like flushed, like almost sunburnt makeup. And I feel like that must have been that must have been inspired by that GQ China photo shoot that went absolutely wild. All the like makeup boy creators across socials were like recreating it. Like if you missed it, I'll put shots of it on screen so you can see what I'm talking about. But I wish they played into that more, did a take on their No Doubt tailoring. Maybe they were saving that for their stage look. I'm unsure. I've not seen their stage look yet, but the tailoring is nice. I like the fact that pretty much all of the members have been styled shirtless. I think if you're going to do a contemporary suit, just going for a shirtless look with a simple chain or something is just an easy way to style it. The shoe, pretty similar across the board. Everyone's got like a slim cut leg that's in proportion. So the proportions are working for each member. The details are nice. But yeah, it's nothing groundbreaking. And I think the No Doubt tailoring is like up here, whereas this is just here. Next up, another boy group, Treasure. Treasure just kill it on the red carpet. There's nothing else to really say. Like every time they kill it, Treasure have their own vibe, and I think the special thing about Treasure's red carpet style is that they do play into these unwritten rule of how K-pop red carpets seem to be, but each member has their own vibe. They turn up in a look that completely suits them, is different from their other members, but there are details and fits that pull everything together and make it cohesive. The use of the navy blue within the black is not something I typically like, but they've done it here, and I believe they've done it before. It might have been the boys. It was either the boys or Treasure did like a navy and black red carpet look, and it was just, wow. So typically don't like it, but Treasure are proving me wrong. I think where we're getting these strong shoulders, wide leg fits, it pulls everything together, but it's the details that make it so different. Hyunsuk's look just has to be one of my favorites. I love the detail on the lapel, how it's a shawl lapel. You can see it's got the shine of the satin, but there are these gold, I can't tell if they're maybe like a brooch or an embellishment that's part of the jacket existingly, but the fact that they're slightly different sizes and sit asymmetrically, it adds such an interest. And then he has that giant like cowboy belt buckle that draws attention. The simple chain here, but then these black wide leg look like leather in this picture, and they look like they have like a pin tuck or a seam going down the front, and then the chunky fucking boot in combination with the hair and the makeup, it gives it this like low-key grunge aesthetic, and I just vibe with his style. I think there's just always something about him that reminds me of this like late 90s early noughties grunge, and just his look has to be the standout for me, and the wide leg ties into other members' wide legs. I believe it's Asahi with the orange hair. Please forgive me if I've got that wrong. I've not spoke about or thought about Treasure in a very, very long time. I love the fit of this suit, how it's single-breasted. It looks like it's a one button. The break is quite low. The break is where the button sits just as the lapel folds back. And then we're getting these wide leg trousers, that square toe but pointed boot. I think it's just very chic, and if you told me I had to pick one of these outfits to wear, I would not be able to answer. But yeah, Treasure look fantastic. I appreciate that they have their own vibe, their own style, but it works so cohesively as a group. I miss when IVE was serving drama on the red carpet. I miss when they were giving me mismatch cohesion. Everyone was cussing out Wonyoung because they were like, she's getting special treatment. Maybe she just had a better fucking stylist. I have seen IVE in styling 100 times better than this, so many times. And I think this is such a shame, such a missed opportunity. Mama is arguably the biggest award show of the season, and this is the red carpet look we're gonna serve. I think Liz looks fucking stunning. It's nice to see that she's got the best look out of the bunch. It makes a change, and I think the fit of the dress on her is beautiful, how it skims over the hip and then just starts to flare out as it comes to her knee, and it's the perfect length. Looks stunning with the blonde. The other members, I don't think their dresses are particularly the most flattering on them, and I question where the styling is. We have a dress and a shoe. A dress and a shoe. I know there might be some earrings, but I expect more of a K-pop red carpet. And they probably came out, I've not seen their stage look yet, but they probably come out and delivered like a 6 stage look, something that has a lot more to it. But on the red carpet, we're getting little white dresses with shoes that don't just necessarily work, are cutting members off at the ankle. We've seen IVE in so much better. Yes, there is some cohesion with the off-the-shoulder fits and this kind of like flared style skirt on Wonyoung and Ray, but we've seen better from IVE. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm disappointed. TXT, another one I'm disappointed by, but they're wearing Dior and kind of to be expected. I think if we put this on the spectrum of looks from successful to unsuccessful with the TXT Dior collaboration, which I thought they were free from now, but I've seen some things prior, apparently not, when, yeah, let's not even go into that. I just think this look is drab for TXT. I think, yes, it looks good on all of the members. It's probably the most successful Dior look we've seen on TXT because it is cohesive. There isn't one member who's got a better look than the others or a member who's got a way worse look than the others that we've seen so much on TXT from Dior. But I just think in terms of looks that TXT have delivered and can deliver, it's not their full potential. When you were giving me those sick red carpet looks from 2 years ago where they were pushing fashion boundaries, it was always starting conversations, controversies, and now you're going to give me a look that you could put on any other boy group. It's not TXT to me. That's just my opinion. I know Moa are probably going to be pissed in the comments, but Dior and TXT are not the one for me. So I really hope we don't have an award show season of just Dior looks on TXT, or at least if they are, they're fucking sick ones. I remember I did a TikTok quite a while ago now of what looks from Dior I would put on TXT if I worked there. So I'll leave that link in the description box because you will understand then like what I think TXT are worthy of. I'm not being a bitter little bitch for no reason. They can push it, they have pushed it, and I just think it's disappointing. Up next, Youngji. I like this look, I just don't like it for Mama. I think if it was for one of the music shows later in the award show calendar, I think it would have been more fitting there because this is quite like a fun and playful look, and I think a lot of artists there also wear their stage look, so I think that would have been more fun. I do think the proportion of the look is nice, but I just don't think it's necessarily the right choice for Mama. And I think some of my feedback on Youngji last year was similar, that I liked the look, it just wasn't right for the event. So to see that be continued here, fair enough, but like she serves some good looks. I just think, yeah, there's like a mix up of like what the event is, and yeah. Next up we have Yuri. It's giving prom. It's giving prom vibes. the glittery fabric, the different layers, the split up the front, but then all of the embellishment at the bust coming down into the waist. There's just a bit too much going on. In addition with the choker, the necklace, the sparkly pointy shoe, it just reads quite adolescent and going to prom. I understand she is 23 years old, but again, that's too adult in my opinion to be wearing such an adolescent looking dress. Stunning, pretty, but prom. Next up we have MII. I'm not familiar with this group at all. They're a Japanese girl group formed through Produce 101. From what I can see here, again, playing into the unwritten rules of the K-pop red carpet, but I do think for a girl group this size to come out onto the red carpet and be cohesive, that's just impressive for me to begin with. I like the fact that we're getting the strappy shoes with the socks, or we're getting more of like a loafer style shoe with the socks that pulls all of the looks together. We're then getting the similar hem lengths, whether that's more of a shorter skirt, a midi skirt, or a longer length, like mid-knee length, but they've all got this A-line kind of shape to them. The balance between the black and the white is perfect, and then we're getting the bow detail come through, whether that's on the skirt, on the collar. So I'm impressed that a girl group of this size is this cohesive, because I think cohesiveness is a problem when it comes to girl groups as like an overarching award show red carpet thing. But I'm impressed. I'll be interested to see what more of their style is like, but as I said, it's just the standard kind of what you expect from a K-pop red carpet, but the cohesion is there, so we love. BOYNEXTDOOR have great red carpet style. I do think this is quite similar to something that they wore on the red carpet last season, but I'm not mad at that because I think this is incredibly chic. I like the fact that they're styling knitwear on the red carpet, because we've not really seen any other male groups utilize knitwear on the red carpet yet, and I think it's just a nice difference than going for just a jacket or going for the longer coat. So I think BOYNEXTDOOR are a step ahead in that, and I like the fact that we're getting this playing with the grey. Majority of this color palette is black and white, but the introduction of the grey coming in slowly breaks it up really, really nicely. So BOYNEXTDOOR, great job. That is LA Chapter 1 done. Day 1 of Chapter 2 Japan done. So I'll be back in a due moment in this video, but I'll be back tomorrow to film Day 2 of Japan. I want to see some colour. We're probably not going to get any colour, but I want to see some colour. I want to see a sexier vibe. Yeah. This was very what I was expecting. We're back for day 2 of Mama 2024, the second day of the Japan red carpet, and let's just jump straight in. Starting off with our host, Hanhae and Lee-Sung. The day 1 looks were just worlds better. I do like the bottle green of Hanhae's suit, and that's about it. I think day 2 he's gone for more of this classic vibe, whereas day 1 it was that more contemporary sparkling tweed square toe shoe wide leg trouser moment, and I think that was just a better vibe for him than this. And my thoughts are very similar on the dress that Lee-Sung is wearing. I think the fit of this dress is nowhere near as nice on her as the fit of the other dress, even though I felt like it was a bit princessy. I think the waist of this dress is just sitting a bit too low. It doesn't have that nice flare that the dress yesterday had, and I think where the silhouette of the dresses are quite similar, but this one is nowhere near as flattering. It just like pushes the white one from day 1 up in front, and this one just really doesn't live up to it. I also think it's far too long. We can see it bunching at the floor on the carpet, and that's just a pet peeve for me. Up next we have Meovv, and I think this is a nice set of looks, but it's definitely that classic K-pop red carpet vibe. I don't think anything here is particularly groundbreaking. I do really love the dress, on the member on the very right hand side. I'm not familiar with Meowv. I've not reacted to them yet. I'm saving all of the Meowv content for when I do a Rookie Radar episode, which will probably be coming the start of next year. The end of year show season is going to keep me very, very busy, but yeah, let me know in the comments what member this sheer dress is on. But I think this dress is the most interesting. I like the fit of it on her and the styling with the boot. I do think their looks from the day one red carpet so much stronger. I absolutely love the drape of this dress and how we have that subtle shine of the fabric, which plays into the shine of the leather dress. Like their day two look is quite simple, but I just think the textures of the fabric, the draping, the lace, the leather, the use of the boots, it's just more interesting and pleasing to the eye. BIBI smashed it. I absolutely love this vibe. I love this like golden khaki tone with the leopard print. It's quite subtle. It's not like in your face leopard print. And I think the cut of the dress is very sexy. I really like the way it's been styled as well, with that stocking in the light denier and then the pointy toe with the strap, and then how the leg just comes out of that split. I think the only thing for me is I would make the split just ever so slightly higher so it really elongates that exposed leg. I think it would just make it that touch more flattering, but overall I love the vibe. She looks unreal, and the styling of the dress is ZEROBASEONE had such a rocky year on the red carpet last end of year show season. I think they were really trying to find their red carpet style. I remember there were looks that weren't cohesive, that didn't look expensive, and towards the end of that season, their stylist really started to get it. So to come out here in this very strong look, I think this is a very classic red carpet look for a boy group, and all of the details hit, all of the proportions really hit, and all of the members look great. I'm looking forward to seeing where they push their red carpet style this season. I feel like they've got a really solid foundation now, so I'm interested to see where they will take it, and I would like to see them take it away from these true classic looks. This is a classic K-pop red carpet vibe for a boy group, and we've seen this kind of style done plenty of times on plenty of other groups, so I just want to see something slightly more original, but this is fantastic. I do really like this. aespa on the red carpet of the Mama. I was expecting more, I was hoping for more. I'm so happy for the girls winning 5, 6 awards. I think every single award that they were nominating for, like insane. The red carpet looks, I think Ningning's is nice. I like the strong shoulder, that exposed collar, and then the sheer sock that's been styled with the platform heels. They really need to stop giving idols these heels that cut their legs off right at the ankle. I know an ankle strap makes heels more stable to walk in, blah, 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 blah. It cuts your leg off. No. Winter's is nice. I like the shoulder detail. I think Karina's is quite plain. And for me, it's just a shame as a fan because we're in this whiplash era. The styling for the stages, the MVs has been insane. Anna Park, their stylist, has done a beautiful job. I just think this on the red carpet in the whiplash era, we could have done something more exciting and strong, which leads me to their day one looks. The day one looks, I'm obsessed. The metallics on the members, the different shades of silver on Winter, Ningning, and then the black on Karina. I love how Ningning's is clearly Versace. You can see the Medusa head on that clasp on the shoulder, and it just has that essence of Paris Hilton's 21st birthday dress, which iconic moment in pop culture. And Winter looks stunning, how the dress is draping, the bag with the fabric that drapes to the floor, and then Karina just stunning. I wish we got more of this vibe, and I wish we got to see Gigi in one of these dresses in like a black short moment. It would have been unreal. I absolutely love this set of looks. It's contemporary menswear, and we can really see lots of different textures coming through. I, as we can see lots of members, and each look similar to Treasure. I think they've really kind of got that similar essence to Treasure's red carpet style, where each member has their own thing going on, their own details, but those details come together cohesively. The color palette is tight, the fits are tight, so they all come together as one. I love this member here with the boots under the knee. It's just giving me like cunty vibes, and I'd say these 5 looks in the middle here have to be my favorite. Like, I'm not familiar with I think I've spoke about them before on like the last year end of year show season, so please let me know the members' names in the comments. I saw that they did something recently where they were posting on social media with Kylie Minogue, so obviously I was having a gay little scream, so a fan of I just for that. 17 are giving us classic tailoring. I feel like 17 either give us like classic suiting that fits the members perfectly, like each member, the proportion is beautiful, or they give us more of a contemporary moment. I think Golden Disc either 1 or 2 years ago, where they gave us this incredible black and white lineup. I believe it was DK wearing like a Casablanca suit. I was obsessed. So for me, that's like one of my top 17 red carpet moments, and this just doesn't live up to that for me. The fits of the suits are fantastic. I love that we can see that there's this glistening, glimmering fabric on the 8, and then that ties into like the sateen lapels, the ties on the other members, and we're getting a mix of like single-breasted, double-breasted. But yes, it's not a top 17 red carpet for me. My thoughts and opinions for I-DLE's red carpet look are similar to 17. I do like this, and I think Minnie and Meovv, their looks kind of steal the show because there's just that bit more to them. I love the bow detail across the bust and at the waist on Minnie. I think this is a really flattering cut on her as well, like emphasizing the waist, how it skims over the hip and finishes just at the ankle. And then Meovv with this gold metallic piece that swoops across the bust in that asymmetrical shape, snatched at the waist over the hip. I think this is potentially just a bit too long for her. I think if it was the same length as Minnie's with that little slit, it would just be that bit more flattering. I think all of the members' dresses are nice, but I feel like I've seen I-DLE in a lot stronger looks on the red carpet. I do like Suyeon's as well with the corset and then that draped ruched skirt. I just wish there was a bit more styling to her look. And obviously she's got like the neon nails, but there's no like jewelry or anything. It's just a dress and heels, and that's when I'm just kind of like, where's the styling? The person for me though that stole the show on chapter 2 of the Japan part of Mama 2024 is Hoyeon. This dress is beautiful. The halter neck shape, the shape of the neckline, the way the dress ruches at the waist of that thick leather waist belt and then comes out into this dramatic puffball shape. And puffball shapes are usually very hard to pull off, but it's just the perfect amount of volume, the perfect length for her. Slightly shorter in the front, longer in the back. It's backless, and then the braids that give you that like snatched moment, but then just highlight the back of the dress. And then the interesting shoe. I just think this is stunning. If we are going to continue playing by this unwritten rule of K-pop red carpets where it's black, white, this is the black kind of dresses that I want to see. Something that has drama, there's a vibe, there's something that when they step out you're like, whoa. Hoyeon wins. My best dress from the 2024 Mama would have to be Hoyeon, it would have to be aespa from day one. For the guys, it would have to be Treasure, I, ZEROBASEONE, RIIZE from the U.S Chapter 1, we can't forget about that. And I'm not going to use the term worst dress because I don't think there are any like worst bad outfits here. It's just more being disappointed. So I would have to say IVE, ILLIT, J.Y Park. That could border into worst dress territory. In terms of boy groups, I wish we just got something a bit more exciting from 17, Enhypen, TXT. There was nothing wrong with their looks, like nothing wrong with their looks. Don't go jumping in the comments. But we've just seen 17, Enhypen and TXT deliver a lot more and a stronger vibe, aesthetic, look on the red carpet, so that's just why I'm pulling them out here. Let me know in the comments what you think of the 2024 Mama fashion. What I want to see is groups and the stylists of these groups taking inspiration from their music videos, their stage looks, and pulling that into more polished red carpet ready looks, because K-pop has incredible styling on stage in the MVs, and it's just always the red carpets that are a bit lackluster. It's getting quite repetitive with the black and the white, classic tailoring, just a little dress and heels. Like, these groups and their stylists can deliver so much more. So, you know, I want to see us playing into that, some more accents of color. I think even if you just wore color on the red carpet in this arena, it delivers such more impact, because we're so used to just seeing blacks and whites and grays and navies. Overall, it was nice. It was nice. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll be back with the Melon Music Awards, the Asia Artist Awards throughout December, and then there's going to be lots more content coming, so make sure you're subscribed if you're not, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.